Have you ever wondered exactly how to determine your or someone's level of tennis? Well, that is not as easy as it may seem. Hi, I'm George Martin, and I am the founder of Tennis for the Body. I have been teaching tennis 45 years and have helped players of all levels, ages, body types, and disabilities to enjoy a better game of tennis. Subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get notifications on upcoming videos that can show you how to improve your enjoyment of the game of tennis. Initially, people who played tennis were described as beginners, advanced beginners, intermediate players, advanced intermediate players, advanced players, tournament players, advanced tournament players, open players, and touring pros. What does all that mean exactly? Well, the United States Tennis Association, the USTA, developed the National Tennis Rating Program, the N.T.R.P. The N.T.R.P. is a method to identify and describe general characteristics of tennis playing ability. The N.T.R.P. General Characteristics Guide outlines the abilities of each level from a 1.5 beginner through a 7.0 touring pro. First of all, I am not a spokesperson or employee of the N.T.R.P. program or the USTA, and the information in this video is not the views or opinions of the N.T.R.P. program or the USTA. The N.T.R.P. program is a method derived to help players to be able to recognize their level of skills in tennis and be able to compete and or train to play tennis more effectively. To help you understand the levels and break down how to understand the differences in levels of tennis is a bit tedious, confusing, and honestly boring. However, please take the time to completely review and follow along with the video, because it will give you a more complete perspective and plan of what you can do to enjoy a more exciting tennis game. I am bringing you this video because it is my purpose to make available the simplest, most efficient information in learning to play tennis and to help you understand how to improve at an even faster rate of growth in the game. Here is my description of the N.T.R.P. levels. A 1.5 are beginners. A 2.0 are advanced beginners. A 2.5 are intermediate players. A 3.0 are advanced intermediate players. A 3.5 are advanced players. A 4.0 are competitive players. 4.5 are advanced competitive players. 5.0 are open players mentally and physically. 5.5 are competitive players in stressful situations. 6.0 are nationally competitive top collegiate players. 6.5 are world-class players. And a 7.0 are touring pros. Still, this really does not give a complete description of the abilities of each level of player. To get a complete description and familiarity of the program, go to the USTA Leagues or search for the N.T.R.P. program online. I'm also listing the website where you can get the N.T.R.P. information. After teaching tennis for so many years and then working and helping to develop a facility that had 400 to 600 academy members taking lessons weekly, we realized there needed to be a way to inform the students and parents what skills were needed to be able to move to the next level of competing or learning the game of tennis. This is the reason the level guidelines I am about to share with you were created. If you review the guidelines closely, you will be able to see the exact types of skills needed to be able to reach the next level of ability in each area of the game of tennis. With the level guidelines right in front of them, students could not argue or try to justify they are as good as another player, or that they play in a regular game with another player, so they should be in their group or class. And the most difficult for a student to understand is how a player rated at a lower training level could beat a player at the next level. Well, here is my attempt to explain why or how that happens. Because there are so many styles of play, for example, there are serve and volleyers, there are baseline attackers, there are counterpunchers, or pushers, to name a few. A player may be strong at competing against most styles of play, but ineffective against a type of player with certain style characteristics. The player may have the stroke development, consistency, and accuracy to train at a particular level, however breaking down in competitive situations. Similarly, a student in school may have studied for weeks knowing the information that will be on the test, but fail the test because they don't know how to deal with the pressure of testing. If you look at the guidelines, you will see what adults, as well as junior tennis players, should be able to accomplish in each prospective level. Number 1, in each of the strokes of tennis, and number 2, each level of tennis. For example, how many shots out of 10 or 25 that are accurate to a specified target area with a ball being fed at a certain speed from a certain distance, with the student having to cover a certain distance to get in position to hit the ball. The greater the number in all these categories, with the target area being varied as well as smaller, the better the player will be. The more proficient a player becomes at these skills, the more aware the player becomes in the tactical situations. From the tactical perspective, shots or situations a player feels most confident executing or handling starts to determine the style player they are becoming. It is at this point the player must work determinedly to become as competent in all the other areas. This is to strengthen their now forming weaknesses, because a player is only as good as their weakest area of play. Any player with a complete set of skills will be able to recognize these weaknesses and take full advantage. After looking at this closer in detail, you will be able to see the areas needed in each level. The order you will recognize is consistency first, then accuracy. Learning to be consistent and accurate in all the different shots will then lead you into the attacking game, which is not power, but recognizing the correct shots to put your opponent on the defense. However, being able to execute the shots is a must. In addition, this will help you to execute the counter-attacking shots needed when your opponent is attacking you. The higher the level player, the more consistent and accurate the shots that can be produced. The player with a higher skill will also be able to move quicker and retrieve shots that are aggressively attacking him or her, being able to hit a counter-attacking shot with reasonable consistency, accuracy, and placement as well. The more experienced player will learn which shots are the most effective and be able to consistently hit the shots under pressure. Just like in chess, the players must first learn all the chess pieces on the board and how they move before learning the tactics and how the game is won with strategic maneuvers and combinations. A tennis player must first learn to hit the shots in the game of tennis and then learn how the shots are put together to create tactics and strategies. Therefore, again, the first and most important tactic in the game of tennis is consistency. Hit one more ball back on the court than your opponent. At the same time, a certain level of development in being able to hit more aggressively and with more power is needed. Why? Power is needed because in today's game of tennis, the person who can attack first is in control of the outcome of the point. This is true only as long as he or she is remaining consistent. I hope this will help you to have a better understanding of how levels are determined and what level you are in the game of tennis. And don't forget, hit that subscribe button to my YouTube channel so you will be informed about all the upcoming learning opportunities I will be providing for your further development in your tennis enjoyment. I look forward to sharing and helping you grow. See you soon.